I slide 4 cream envelopes to the center of the table. A surprise, I say. For all of us. Dad leans back. You booked something flashy again. Sorrel first class to Hawaii. I answer. A week together. No schedules. No work. Wendy taps one envelope with a nail. You're still trying to buy our love, aren't you? Mom folds her napkin in half. Then again. Wendy, she murmurs, eyes down. I keep my voice even. It is a gift, not a bribe. Wendy laughs without looking at me. Same difference. Dad raises his glass, not to toast, but to signal the waiter. You always overdo it, he says. You want applause for being generous. It is not attractive. I want time, I say, with my family. He sets the glass down hard enough to rattle the cutlery. No one here actually likes you. Mom's napkin twists in her hands. She does not look up. Wendy smiles into her water like she has been waiting years to hear the line said out loud. The sentence lands clean and cold. I do not argue with it. I set my fork on the plate. Understood. Wendy blinks. That's it. I turn the envelopes toward me and slide them back into my bag. Enjoy your meals. Dad snorts. So dramatic. Not really, I say. Just precise. The waiter approaches with the check still face down. I lift it, glance once, and nod. I will take care of everything, I tell him. And one more thing. Please cancel the reservation note for the celebration at the end. We will not need a cake. Wendy's smile slips. There was going to be a cake for us, I say. All of us. Mom's mouth opens, then closes. Sorrel, it is fine. Mom. I place my card in the leather folder. It is already decided. Dad spreads his hands. You invite us. You cancel it. You pay. You see how exhausting this is. I do, I say. And I am done being exhausted. The waiter returns. I sign. I stand, lift my bag, and push my chair in, quiet and neat. Wendy watches like she expects a speech. I leave her nothing to collect. As I pass the host stand, my phone buzzes with a message I do not read. I step outside, breathe once, and walk toward the curb. The elevator doors close. My phone lights up. Dad's voicemail. You embarrassed us. Grow up. Wendy's text Hawaii was desperate. Try therapy. I call back. She answers on the first ring. You finally get it. She says, no one likes the performance. It was not a performance, I say. It was an offer. It was a purchase attempt, she says, satisfied. Return denied. The line goes dead. Another voicemail from Dad follows. Your mother is upset. You fix it. I call Mom. Are you all right? She whispers. Your father is tired. I asked about you. I do not want a fight, she says, and ends the call. The apartment is quiet. In the quiet, old voices cue themselves. Dad at the kitchen table. Years ago. You are too shy. Sorrel, the world will not notice you. Wendy at the hallway mirror. Some people just are not built for attention. Me, age 10, holding a blue ribbon. I won. Dad. Without looking up, Wendy's speech won her a scholarship. The phone vibrates again. I silence it and open my notes app. I type boundaries. I type proof. I type paper trail. I stare at the 3 lines until the buzzing stops. Then I press save. I call the only attorney who has never raised her voice at me. Mara. I am selling the Cape House. She does not waste time. All right, cash buyer if we can. Proof of funds. Earnest money at roughly 10%. Short inspection contingency. 5 days. Closing in 21 to 30 days. Title conveyed by warranty deed. Are you ready for them to hate you for it? I am ready. I say, start today. Listing quietly. She says, I will circulate to 2 developers and 1 preservation group. If a preservation offer is workable, we consider it. The fastest clean offer wins. I say, a pause. You are sure this is not a reaction to last night? It is the end of a long line. I say, please proceed. Mara's typing is crisp even through the phone. I will need your grandfather's will, the prior title policy, and authorization for the escrow agent. You will sign a limited power of attorney so I can close without you present. I will send everything within the hour. Expect press from your sister, she adds, and a call from your father. He will attempt a claim of constructive trust. He can attempt, I say. My phone buzzes with Dad's name. I let it ring. A voicemail lands, then another. Mara says, if he files, we move to dismiss. You are the sole owner. The deed is clear. Understood. She softens. Not much. This will not feel good. It already does not. I say. By late afternoon, she calls back. Developer offer, $2 million. Cash, 5-day inspection, 21-day closing. Earnest money of $200,000 wired tonight. They want the locks changed at acceptance. Accept, I say. I will open escrow and email the documents. Thank you, Mara. When we hang up, the screen fills with messages from Wendy. I do not open them. I forward Mara the will, the title policy, and the authorization, then sit with the quiet click of each file sent, one boundary at a time. I open my banking app and start with the biggest leak. Recurring transfer to Dad on the first. I say to myself, stop. A confirmation dot appears. Monthly card for Mom's groceries. I say, stop. Another dot. Wendy's emergency fund. I say, stop. My phone lights up almost immediately. Dad, turn those back on. Your mother depends on you. Me, I will cover true emergencies directly. No more allowances. Dad, you do not get to dictate terms. Me, I just did. Wendy, you are punishing us because your dinner stunt flopped. Me, I am correcting a system that kept me exhausted. Wendy, return the Cape House sale and I will talk. Me, the Cape House is not a bargaining chip. Mom calls. Her voice is small. Your father says you are angry. I am finished. Not angry, I say. If you need a prescription or a bill paid, you ask me and I pay the provider. No more cash. A sigh. Your father will not like that. I heard him last night. I say, I am done making it easy to be unkind. She is quiet, then hangs up. I print a list of every transfer from the last 3 years. The pages sit in a stack on my table. In therapy, my counselor looks at the stack. What do you call this history? I say. What did you think you were buying? Peace at the table, space to breathe. She nods once. You did not buy love. You bought safety. You can buy boundaries now. I let the words stand. I have cut the drafts. I will pay direct to vendors. I will keep receipts. If they smear me, I will not respond. Good, she says. What are you afraid of? The moment it gets loud, it will, she says. You can still be quiet. On my way out. I text Mara. If Dad files anything, I want the motion drafted before service. Mara replies. Already started. At home, I flatten a crumpled napkin with my palm until it lies smooth. The phone vibrates again. I let it. I loop in 2 people who deal in facts. Share your screen, says Lena, my CPA. Let us start with the trust accounts. I open the portal. Family trust, revocable, co-trustees me and Wendy, income beneficiaries our parents. Lena's voice is steady. We will pull 3 years. I want wire memos and vendor codes. A second window joins. Raj Patel. Fraud operations. The man says, I am here in a read-only lane. Proceed. Lena points. There. 4 transfers to an entity called Ellipsis North. I click the first memo. Description says seed tranche. No trustee minutes attached. Amounts Raj asks. $50,000. Then $75,000. Then $100,000. Then $125,000. Lena reads. Total $350,000. Vendor code shows venture capital services. Raj says. Not supportable for a family income trust. Next, Lena says. 2 charges to a clinic in Newton. $10,000 each. Memocycle meds. My throat tightens. IVF. Lena nods once. Medical can be supportable if beneficiaries were approved. Were they? There are no minutes, I say. Raj scrolls. Lease payments to a European auto brand, $860 monthly, 12 entries. Memo client entertainment. Lena's cursor hovers. Client entertainment funded from a family trust would require explicit trustee approval. I see none. I breathe through my nose. Pull the statements to PDF. I will file a petition. Lena hesitates. Before we move, you should hear the narrative from the other co-trustee. I will call her now. I say. Wendy answers on the second ring. You are late to your outrage. Ellipsis North. I say. You used trust money. I invested, she says. A real play. The firm passed, so I backed it. Upside for everyone. You are not a venture fund. I say. You are a co-trustee with duties. Silence. Then a scoff. Dad benefits if the returns hit. You are welcome. The paperwork is empty. I say. No minutes, no consent, no notices to beneficiaries. You never show up to family meetings, she says. Consider this me showing up. The clinic charges. I add. A beat. Softer. It is not easy, she says. You would not understand. I would have understood if you had asked. I say. Her voice hardens. You would have said no. Maybe. I say. But the trust would not be exposed. She exhales, sharp. You are looking for a reason to punish me. I am looking for a record the court will accept, I say. Tomorrow I file to remove you as co-trustee and compel an accounting. You would do that to your sister. I am doing it for the beneficiaries. I say, including our parents. She lets out a low laugh. You always loved rules more than people. I am done funding chaos, I say, and end the call. Lena breaks the quiet. I will prepare an affidavit with exhibits. Raj adds, I will tag the transfers and send verification letters. Thank you, I say. Send everything tonight. When the files land in my inbox, I save each with a plain name and the date. I do not rename a single one. The ledger is already telling the story. Mara answers on the first ring. You have the records. I have wire memos, vendor codes, and 12 lease payments. I say. No trustee minutes. I want Wendy removed. Then we file a petition in probate, she says. Grounds breach of fiduciary duty. Failure to keep records. Self-dealing by proxy. Timeline 6 to 10 weeks depending on the docket. We serve your parents and Wendy. Are you ready for notice to hit the family thread? I am. We also ask for an accounting under oath, she adds. If the court orders restitution, it will not feel like revenge. It will feel like math. Good, I say. Draft it. She pauses. What do you want to do with your share of any remaining distributions? I do not want it landing back in the same argument, I say. Then set up a donor-advised fund, Mara says. Simple paper. You can seed it with your own money now and add any corrected distributions later. Pick a sponsoring organization and a focus. Name it. William Ames Fund. I say. STEM grants for foster youth in Massachusetts. I will loop in a philanthropy contact, she says. Hold for transfer instructions. A new voice joins. This is Naya from the Community Foundation, the woman says. We can open the fund this week. Minimum initial contribution is $10,000. Grant recommendations start after due diligence. You can add privacy flags if you expect online noise. I expect noise, I say. Open it. I will wire $20,000 today. Noted. Nia says, we will send the agreement for electronic signature. Mara returns, back to the trust. Optics matter. You are filing to remove your sister, and you are funding youth programs at the same time. Someone will say you staged this. I am not staging anything, I say. I am choosing where the money goes. You will keep your partner out of the filings, she says. No public face except yours and mine. Evan does not need the front row. I say, I will sign. Mara's keyboard clicks. Petition will request a temporary suspension of Wendy's trustee authority pending hearing. We will also seek a protective order for records so she cannot leak them to the press. She already has the press. I say. She posted me this morning. Mara sighs. Then let us be dull and correct. Dull wins. Send me the draft tonight. My phone lights up with a call from Wendy. I answer. You are unbelievable, she says. You went to lawyers before coming to me. I called you yesterday. I say, you called theft an investment. It is still family money. She says, I used it for family needs. You used it without consent. I say, the court will decide the rest. She hisses a breath. You want a headline? You never loved me. I love order. I say, it keeps people safe. From me, from damage. I say. She hangs up. An email pings. Nia agreement attached. Mara petition draft attached. I read both. I sign both. A final text arrives from Dad. Stop this. Your mother is crying. I type. I will pay any real medical bill. I will not fund abuse of a trust. Tell her I heard her. Tell her I am steady. I put the phone face down and wait for the confirmation emails to land. Mara calls before breakfast. Your father filed, she says. Constructive trust and unjust enrichment over the Cape House. Set the hearing. I say. Already set. We will move to dismiss under Rule 12b-6. I will handle the argument. Wendy's post lands while we speak. She tags a neighborhood group and a business forum. My sister sold our legacy for profit. She writes, ask her where the money went. Mara exhales. Do not engage. I will send a preservation letter to both sites. A reporter emails, then calls. Balanced piece. He says, your response. No, I say. Use the court record. Heard. He says, not pleased. We will note your refusal. At 11. My client from Kendall Square requests a call. Sorrel. He says, careful. We are pressing pause on the rollout. 30 days. Noise around the trust makes procurement nervous. It is a family petition. I say, my filings are public and accurate. I believe you, he says. The committee needs quiet. Understood, I say. Send the addendum. I will sign. Naya from the foundation leaves a message. Standard Diligence pinged a social media flag. We placed a short administrative hold on grant disbursements until our review clears. Expect 48 hours. I call back. Do you need more documents? Only patience, she says. Your paperwork is clean. We just follow policy. Dad's voicemail arrives next. Louder than all the rest. You are tearing this family apart. Undo the sale. Drop the petition. You will apologize to your sister tonight. I type. Then delete. Then call Mara instead. Tell me what happens next. We wait, she says. Our brief is stronger. Let him shout into a caption box. We will speak to the judge. Wendy texts a screenshot of the paused contract. Look what you did to yourself. I reply. Look what the ledger did to you. She calls. I answer. You think a judge will save you? She says. I think facts will. I say. You never wanted a sister. She spits. I wanted a partner. I say. I got a risk. Silence. Then the click of her hang-up. In the afternoon, the reporter posts his piece. 2 sides. 3 quotes. 1 photo from our dinner years ago that I do not remember taking. Comments bloom and sour. Evan appears in my doorway, a takeout cup in each hand. Do you want to talk? He asks. I want to stay boring, I say. Boring wins? He sets a cup down. Then, be boring. I lay my pen on the table and line it with the edge. I do not call my father. I do not answer Wendy again. I email my client signed addendum attached. I email Nia available if needed. I email Mara thank you. When the house is loud, I make my paper quiet. Mara calls from the courthouse hallway. Dismissed with prejudice. She says, Judge cited the deed and your grandfather's will. Your father had no claim. I breathe once. Thank you. He looked shocked. She adds, we kept it short. Next probate. An hour later. Her second call. Order entered. Wendy is suspended as co-trustee pending removal. Court demands a full accounting under oath within 30 days. Personal use transfers flagged for potential restitution. She will say, I ruined her. She signed the wires. Mara says, proceed as planned. My phone vibrates with a message from Wendy. You did this to me. I reply. You did it with my signature missing. No answer. The client from Kendall Square rings in. Sarl, procurement reviewed the filings. He says, we are back on. Your restraint helped. Send your schedule. I will be there Monday. I say. A voicemail from Dad arrives. Hoarse. You humiliated us. You think a judge makes you right? I text him. I will pay verified medical bills directly. I will not discuss the house or the trust. Nia from the foundation pops up next. Hold cleared, she says. Your documents matched our review. Grants can move this week. Release them. I say. All three. Wendy calls. I pick up. You cost me my job. She says. I did not call your firm. I say. They put me on leave. She says. Compliance wants my statements. Give them the truth. I say. It is lighter to carry. You are enjoying this. I am tired. I say. That is not the same. She breathes into the phone. Small and uneven. I needed help. You could have asked. I say. That would have meant admitting I am not you. You are not. I say. Steady. You are yourself. Be that under oath. She hangs up. Mara's email lands, stamped orders attached. I forward one to Nia, one to Lena, one to Raj. Evan steps into the doorway again. How did it go? Boring, I say. Good, he says. I lay my pen parallel to the printouts and smooth the edge of a napkin beneath them. The page is clean. The noise can stay outside. Evan spreads the documents. Independent trustee for the fund. He says, staggered grants, quarterly reviews. Add spend-thrift language to my personal trust. I say, no access for family. Clear triggers for distributions. He nods. And a simple living will. Healthcare proxy to me? Yes, I say, to you. My therapist studies me. What changes if they never call I keep giving? On my terms, I say. I stop translating their silence. She leans forward. You were never invisible, you were inconvenient to their story. The words land and hold. I press my palm to a napkin until it lies flat. Evan taps a signature line. Initial here to separate board oversight from day-to-day grants. I sign. No more open tabs for relatives. He looks up. If your mother asks for help, I pay the provider directly. I say, no cash. Receipts only. My phone buzzes with an unknown number. I let it hum against the table, quiet as paper. The first grant recipient grips the mic with both hands. I am Keisha, she says. I aged out last spring. Your fund paid my boot camp fee. I built a transit app. It works. Nia leans toward me. Her mentor says she ships on time. Keisha turns to me. Thank you. You did the work, I say. Send me your next build. After the showcase, we claim 2 small tables at a North End cafe. Evan sets a glass in front of me. To dull and correct, he says. To steady. I answer, lifting it. Naya laughs. To grants that land. I smile. Release the next 3 this quarter. Keep the board simple. No speeches. She nods. Agreed. My phone buzzes with an unknown caller. I let it pass to voicemail. Evan raises an eyebrow. Later. I say. A barista appears with a white envelope. For you. Dropped off earlier. Inside is a clipping from a local paper, a photo of Keisha and 2 other winners. A short paragraph about the fund. A blue pen circle around my name. No note. Evan reads the margin. Your mother's handwriting. I slide the clipping back into the envelope. I will file it under Origin. Do you want to call her? He asks. Not tonight, I say. But I heard her. We walk out as the light thins. At the corner, the old harborside restaurant glows across the water. The host station is new, the window's the same. Evan slows. I can go ahead. He offers. I am all right, I say. At the curb. My client calls. We are green. He says, kick off Monday. Your calm under fire sold the room. See you then, I say. Evan slips his hand into mine. Home, I say. We pass the restaurant without stopping. My phone vibrates once more and quiets. I tuck the envelope into my bag, lift my glass in the air of memory, and let it go.